Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo Up, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a randomly chosen UK top 10 singles from the past. All we're really saying is give peace a chance, take a look at you and me to see are we too blind, in a cafe or sometimes on a crowded street. We'll blow your nose and then we'll blow your mind. I'm Andy Robinson.
And I'm James Cook.
And which randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past are we talking about this week, James?
We are going to the 3rd of August, 1969.
The top 40 at this time, there were other great records, apart from the ones we're about to discuss, such as Proud Mary by Creedence Clearwater Revival, Dizzy by Tommy Rowe, Too Busy Thinking About My Baby by Marvin Gaye, The Ballad of John and Yoko by the Beatles, My Way by Frank Sinatra, Something in the Air, Thunderclap Newman, and In the Year 2525 by Zager and Evans. So that'll give you an idea of what's happening around this era.
In music news, 4 days before this chart, Elvis started performing in Las Vegas. And 5 days after this chart, a very iconic photograph will be taken. Do you know which one?
Abbey Road?
That's right, front of the Abbey Road album.
Yeah, well, I had a little look at pop music news, James. Also around this time, the 3rd of August 1969, the Beatles were about to launch Apple. But in world news, it's all kicking off in Czechoslovakia. So, you know, that's happening.
In where?
Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Where the Chuckle Brothers are from. The number one album at this point is Stand Up by Jethro Tull, which disappointingly is not a stand-up album. But also in the top 10 albums, get this, right? Late 1969, who do you think is going to be knocking around the top album chart?
You would imagine the Beatles.
Jim Reeves, Tom Jones, massed Welsh choirs, Val Doonican, Glenn Miller, and the soundtrack of the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey.
The songs you expect to be in the charts, maybe, your common perception of what is happening in 1969, not necessarily represented by what's to come.
No, in fact, I think I knew 4 of the songs that are in this top 10. I didn't know the other 6, so I've had to learn 6 new songs.
I knew 40% of this top 10, and the other 60% I must have heard in utero or something.
Got some stats about this chart?
I love your 69 stats.
Well, it's stats about the chart, actually, but this top 10...
Hang on, let me just turn around and get upside down before I get these 69 stats.
This top 10 contains 1 UK number 1, 3 songs going up, 2 going down, and 5 non-movers for a total net movement of positive 14. There's 2 Americans, 1 Jamaican, 1 Irish, and 1 British/Japanese/American/Canadian. There are 6 solo artists, 3 groups, and a sort of collective, yeah? And all the songs are original. There are no covers.
No covers and great 60s stats by my reckoning. There are 5 songs about the complexities of love, 1 song about a voluntary isolation, 1 song about women, 1 might meet in bars, 1 song about a fella with an unusual Christian name, 1 song about a financially poor district, and 1 song telling everybody to wind their neck in and stop fighting. There are no examples of self-reference, but there are 2 glorious key changes. There might be an example of self-reference, actually. Ish.
Yes, I think there's one, definitely. You can listen to all these songs on the playlists. The links are in the description. We've got one on Spotify. We've got one on YouTube as well.
We always like to give you a push towards our playlists. Not only do they make what me and James are banging on about clear, also you'd listen to some great late 60s music.
And there are another half a dozen songs on our playlist that are in the top 50 on the 4th of August 1969, and we're going to get into them in our bonus tracks podcast that's available exclusively to our beloved Patreon backers, the people who bung us some money every month to keep this podcast going. In this week's episode, we've got Born to be Wild, we've got Donovan, the Four Tops, a pretend made-up band, and one of the 5th Beatles. You can join our Patreon community for free. The Bonus Tracks podcast costs less than £1 a week.
I see no reason to hang around, James. Should we get going?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Number 10.
Down 2 places to number 10 this week. It's Desmond Dekker and the Aces with It Mek.
It Mek. M-E-K.
Should we talk about what It Mek means first, James? That seems a good place to start, doesn't it?
I think so, yeah. What do you think it means?
I learned off YouTube comments. That's where I got a lot of my information from, isn't it, James? that it means things like "that's the reason why" or "I told you so," that kind of statement.
Yep, that's pretty much it. That's what you get. It's a schoolyard taunt, apparently, in Jamaica.
I went to Nottingham lately, and I think the equivalent would be, "Do you get me?" That sort of thing, isn't it? How would you describe this record, James? You can always nip over to Spotify or watch our attached YouTube thing, but we like to try and describe them for some reason sometimes.
Well, as Paul Nicholas once said, this is reggae like it used to be.
Okay, like it used to be.
Is it reggae or is it ska?
Reggae, ska, blue beat. Who knows?
Well, someone must.
Yeah.
You think we would? We're doing a podcast about it.
I don't like to categorise these things. It's a beautiful pop song, isn't it? Stephen Lyons, TL81LE, very unusual on YouTube, pops up to say, it's not exactly Ivan Novello or Noel Coward. So
What?
that.
Well, no, Noel Coward very rarely wrote reggae songs. I think that's fair to say, isn't it?
Stay tuned for more important information like this.
So I think Desmond Decker's probably best known for Israelites,
For sure.
which was a number one and is 2 of his 4 UK top 10 hits. And my first impression listening to it was, this isn't as catchy as Israelites, is it? But the more I've listened to it over the week, and might become a recurring theme. There's a couple of recurring themes in this week's chart. This is one of them. The more I've listened to it, the more it has made its way in there. And the little earworm is now in my brain over and over again, which is annoying because I can't sing it because that would involve a horrendous amount of cultural appropriation, which I'm not comfortable with.
Do you think, that's a shame. I love this record, by the way. I'm going to chuck that in early. Did you? You grew to love it, so maybe repeat
It's a grower. It's a grower. There's always one, isn't there? There's always one grower.
Jennifer Lewis 4369 on YouTube says, anyone who can listen to this and resist the urge to start dancing needs therapy.
Wow, that's a low bar for therapy, isn't it?
I don't know. It made me think about Jennifer Lewis's comment, because sometimes to hear this and to resist the urge to dancing is probably a good thing, isn't it? If you're out and about in an inappropriate setting.
Driving. I very often listen to these playlists when I'm driving.
Yeah.
Do I need therapy because I've got a car?
I suppose Jennifer Lewis's point is it's got that magical thing about it, hasn't it? Rhythmically, gets you feeling good, gets you feeling happy, whatever ska, reggae, blue beat, all that kind of stuff, whatever that does to you.
Written by Desmond Decker, whose birth name was Desmond Adolphus Dakers.
Oh, yeah. You don't hear Adolphus very often these days.
No.
Wonder why.
Yeah. Also written by the producer, Leslie Kong.
King's brother.
Yeah. Founder of Beverly's record label, which was named after the ice cream parlour / record shop where Leslie Kong worked. That's a good combination of shops, isn't it? We do ice cream, but we also sell records.
Yeah.
They sell 99s and 45s. Also on that label were Jimmy Cliff, the Maytals, and the first 2 singles by Bob Marley. In 1970, Leslie Kong released a compilation album of tracks that he produced by the Wailers, which led to Bunny Wailer allegedly threatening him with a curse. Leslie Kong died of a heart attack a year later, aged just 37.
Blimey.
Do you think Bunny Wailer's got powers?
It certainly sounds that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just want to say I really like Bunny Wailer and happy to do pretty much anything they tell me to do.
He's great, Bunny Wailer, isn't he?
Yeah.
Actually,
Big fans.
I don't think Bunny Wailer is any good. I think he Who do the voodoo like you do? All right, then. Let's do some words. You think I never see you when you jump over the wall? You think I never see you when you accidentally fall?
Dumpty, thinking there.
Yeah. First appearance from Humpty Dumpty, possibly the last. Make you pop your bitter gore when you accidentally fall. All this kind of stuff, isn't it? I told you once and I told you twice. Why, sweet nanny goat? Running belly good?
Well, I think it's self-explanatory, really, what that's about.
All right, Stephen Murray, 7582 on YouTube, says, Desmond Decker makes me proud to be British.
Well, I mean, he's Jamaican, but okay.
Well, it's a good idea, isn't it? Instead of putting all these Union Jacks up lampposts, we could put flags up with Desmond Decker's face on them.
Okay, do you think enough people would know who it was?
And then what I'm going to do is paint all the potholes with a little picture of Aswad or something to get going.
The Aswad were British. Well, Desmond Dekker was born in Jamaica, but he did move to the UK in 1969. He was so beloved by the British public that in 1984 he was declared bankrupt.
How British.
Yeah. He's one of us now.
Well, let's get even more local and more parochial here, James. Stan Blue Crow on YouTube says, I saw Desmond Dekker at the Odeon Birmingham as a support act for Gladys Knight.
That's some bill.
We're from Birmingham, aren't we?
Yeah.
We record this in Birmingham. It is a bill, isn't it? Did you ever go to the Odeon? I mean, let's say what it is now, as a lot of these music venues are. It's a slightly tatty cinema, isn't it? The Odeon.
Yeah. It is what my children call the frightening cinema.
Did you ever go to any gigs at this legendary venue?
No, in my head, it's always been a cinema. I remember I saw Pulp Fiction there in 1994. That wasn't a gig, that was a film.
I went to a few gigs there, being older than you, James. I've seen Tina Turner there. I saw Shakin' Stevens, and he was supported by a band called the Jets, and the Jets were weirdly better than Shakin' Stevens that night. Good, isn't it? A sport act.
Yeah.
So, maybe Desmond Dekker took the spotlight off Gladys.
Were the Pips there, do we know?
I don't know.
Were the Aces there? We haven't really mentioned the Aces.
We haven't mentioned the Aces, James, and we thank them for their contribution to the panoply of pop. Got that in early this week. This was an interesting reaction, I think, on YouTube. A lot of people, a few people anyway, they were saying, would Bob Marley have become so successful if Desmond Dekker hadn't paved the way for him? What do you make of that? Seems a bit nebulous to me.
Probably. I don't know.
We're in what I like to call a football-type podcast element here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Football podcasts are all going, if they'd signed that player early on, or if that manager hadn't left, would they have won? We're in a quantum world discussing Desmond Dekker and the Aces.
If the alternate reality where everything is the same apart from there's no Desmond Dekker. I mean, it's not much of a science fiction movie pitch, is it? You know that film Yesterday?
Oh, yeah, the one about what the Beatles hadn't existed.
Yeah, there's only one person who could remember the Beatles. What if there was only one person who could remember Desmond Dekker? I don't think people are going to go and see that film. That's my point.
This song has turned up in adverts for Blue Moon Beer and also from the video game called Scarface, I learned. We always like.
Is that spelled SKA?
No, it's not. It should be, shouldn't it? We always like to point out where these songs live on, despite them being however old they are. How old are they this year? Let's do that. 68.
Well, at time of recording, we should say. They'd be 57.
57 years old. Like, it's a contemporary sounding chart, weirdly, isn't it, for such an old one?
Yeah. Clive Campbell, Easton Howard, Carl Howard, Patrick Howard.
Thank you, the Aces. We appreciate it. Yeah.
And there are 4 of them, which is appropriate.
Metalheads on YouTube says, when I was 13, I loved Trojan, reggae, two-tone, all that shite. Fucking glad I disregarded it. Got into rock. Eddie Vedder, he's done masses of cool shit.
This is a comment underneath this song.
So Metalheads, isn't it? Often Metalheads pop up on YouTube to go, I'm a big fan of rock, but I love this one. So, this bloke is absolutely sticking with it.
He's the opposite of that. He's like, I really like Pearl Jam and nothing else. And I must... Has he gone through every song and said that?
I'm going to say, Metalheads, you're a bit of a nana. Open your worldview.
Number 9.
A non-mover at number 9, where it peaks, it's Baby, Make It Soon by The Marmalade. Or possibly just Marmalade. Sometimes they're billed as The Marmalade, and sometimes it's just Marmalade.
Did you enjoy this record this week, James?
First time I heard it, I went, this sounds incredibly like To Love Somebody by the Bee Gees, which had come out 2 years earlier, which is a song I really like, by the way. But again, like with It Mech, it has worked its way in there, and it's a beginning of another of the recurring themes of this chart, of drama.
Do you think there's a bunch of drama queens in this week's top 10?
There's a lot of drama
And
in this
kings.
chart.
And kings.
Yes. More kings than queens, if anything. It's like that, that quote from Gavin and Stacey, which has now become a meme by Alison Steadman. It's all the drama, Mick. I just love it. I've enjoyed it very much. So, yes, this song has again, it has worked its magic on me. From me going, well, this is just a knockoff of To Love Somebody, to, no, I enjoy this in its own right.
So, James, your belief is it sounds a bit like...
To Love Somebody.
Okay, so The Marmalade or just Marmalade, I go in. If you're coming home, like your letters say, and the place you're staying now isn't too far away. So you're saying that's like, there's a light, certain kind of light, never shine. All right, then, I get you.
Yeah, it's a bit there, isn't there?
A little bit, why not, eh?
Is that a fairly standard chord progression?
Oh, yes, or the 1, 4 and 5 chord. But as we say, James, we're often, and other people on the internet, when we say it sounds a bit like this, a bit like that, we're not criticising, are we? We're thanking them for their contribution, if you like, and their furthering. But it's just new melodies and new words over the same old backing. Not a bad thing.
Written by Tony Macaulay.
Oh, he wrote Baby Now That I Found You by the Foundations, I seem to remember.
He did, and Build Me at Buttercup.
Wow.
And Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes.
Yeah.
And Let the Heartaches Begin.
What a fantastic CV.
And Silver Lady and Don't Give Up on Us.
By David Soul.
Yeah. And You're More Than a Number in My Little Red Book.
Oh, yeah. Drifters.
Yeah. He's a 9-time Ivor Novello Award winner. And he's behind this song. He went on to write thrillers. The book genre, not the Michael Jackson album, which was just thriller singular. Anyway,
do you think maybe if you'd read one of his thrillers, you would say it sounds a bit like another thriller?
It sounds a bit like a thriller that the Bee Gees wrote. So it's called Baby Make It Soon. What do you think that's about?
He's on about how much he's missed her, isn't he? Dean Ford, who's the lead singer of The Marmalade or just Marmalade. He's going on about how he's missed somebody, and just a little bit like the Crowded House song, Better Come Home Soon. It's that essentially, isn't it?
Yeah, or it could be about Baby Make It Soon. It could be about Marmalade. But I read Marmalade takes anywhere between 2 and 4 hours of active cooking as well as overnight soaking.
I'm enjoying this. I got into the notion of what other bands sound like, a bit like a preserve.
Okay, well, there's the Jam.
Of course.
There's specifically the preserve or the ingredients therein.
Whatever you like.
Because you got the Straubs.
Okay.
They'd be there.
Lemon jelly, I thought.
Lemon jelly, yeah, that's a good one.
And radio spread. Anyway. All right, then. So this is good. We've covered Marmalade before, haven't we, in the past? Listen to our old podcasts.
The Kurds, but it's the birds. But it's the Kurds.
Okay.
Like lemon curd.
Well done.
No, not well done. Curdy, man.
So I love this song anyway. I thought it was, again, as you say, repeated listenings, like we would have done if we were listening to the charts in 1969. You get to know it, don't you? Did you watch the video?
Yes, I saw the performance. They're in some kind... It looks like they're on a National Trust property.
That's right. Singing it in a park on a bandstand.
Yeah, there's loads of them as well.
Did you notice anything about a guitar player in there who goes by the name of Jim Campbell, I learned?
No.
He's playing his guitar upside down. He's a left-hander, but he plays the guitar strung right-handed still. He doesn't swap the strings around, so it gives him a distinct and unique sound, I'm saying.
So does that mean the high strings are on the bottom? Because usually the low strings are on the bottom.
You got it. If I was left-handed, he'd be playing like that. I mean, I don't even know how he goes about doing that. I said, you know what I mean?
No, it isn't.
No. So there's that. I thought that was great and interesting. The video's kind of weird because they're singing in a bandstand in a park, aren't they? There's a horse and carriage in another shot driving around the park. But the horse and carriage never arrive at the band Marmalade. So it seems a bit strange. What a thriller.
She should have got an Uber. If you want them to make it soon.
Robert Tate's on YouTube says it sounds like a song that would be played in a movie 2/3 of the way through it. That's a unique take, isn't it?
Okay. So any movie, just he hasn't specified what kind of movie. Could be anything.
As long as it's 66.6% of the way through it, Bang Marmalade on, he'll be happy.
2/3 of the way through Saving Private Ryan. Put this on. That's what he's saying.
Do it, Spielberg.
Yeah, you coward.
Oh, I'm going to chuck in another few. As we say, we love this song. Hey, not only have I mentioned the, you know my thing, James, I mentioned key changes, don't I? Mm-hmm. This has got a bit in it where they sing, "Oh Lord." Not the last time we're going to hear that proclamation in this week's Top 10.
It was all the rage in 1969. Everyone was shouting it.
I learned that Marmalade, the group, were in Brazil in the 1970s, performing at the International Festival of Song with great success. And then they trashed a hotel. A lot of people on YouTube were talking about this story. Marmalade going mad in a hotel like true rock stars.
It's just annoying. Just don't. What did that? I mean, was there bad service or something?
Number 8.
Up 5 places to number 8 this week. It's Cilla Black with the song Conversations.
Yes, another one of the ones that I'd never heard before.
No, brand new to me, this.
And a bit like with Baby Make It Soon, my initial thought was, this sounds a bit like another couple of songs.
Do you know which ones it reminds you of?
Yeah, You've Lost That Loving Feeling.
Oh, yeah.
It's got that bass line, hasn't it? The Summer Loving bass line.
Let's do it, James. So the bass line to Conversations, or the chords, or what the pattern is, be of, do you come here often? Yeah, that type of thing.
Do.
For lovely. But you're saying,
Do-dum.
the middle bit you're right about it, can't you?
Do.
Bum, 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 bum. You mean the bit that goes, baby, baby.
Yeah.
I got down on my knees for. I mean, it's so many things. That is also, well, shake it up, baby, now shake it up, baby. Summer loving, happy a blast. Louie Louie. Again, Cilla Black brings something new, or not just Cilla Black, of course, all the songwriters and the musicians and the arrangers and the producers, produced by George Martin, I learnt.
Yeah. The other thing I thought it reminded me of was Another Piece of My Heart.
Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Yeah, I mean, it's a standard chord progression. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that, unless you're one of those musical snobs who can recognise it quickly and get bored. I am not one of them people. I love this record this week. We've covered Cilla Black in the past, haven't we, with Anyone Who Had a Heart?
Bom, bom.
And increasingly, James, I'm thinking, despite dismissing Cilla Black all my life, I'm thinking, she's great, Cilla Black. I love this record this week.
Continuing the theme
Of
songs that I wasn't particularly into the first time I heard it, and then they've worked their way in there. And also the drama. So much drama.
What do you think is the premise of this song?
Well, the premise is that she is practicing having a conversation with a guy that she's in love with, but she's not met him yet.
It's a song of a fantasist.
Yes.
A little bit like the Paul one we did once. Something changed in a way, isn't it? It's an imagined relationship that will happen and make Cilla happy.
Yeah. Do you come here often is the first line.
I've used that as a chat-up line in my...
Have you?
Yeah, it did. To my
Successful?
shame. Yes.
Yeah. What about the line, tell me your impressions now? That would be a dangerous thing for Cilla Black to have said to someone, particularly in the 80s, when loads of people were doing Cilla Black impressions on comedy variety shows.
Yeah.
Someone would just start going, Laura, 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 like that.
It's another song with Oh Lord in, the second and final one this week. She says it at some point.
Written by Rogers, Greenaway and Cook, but not that Roger Cook, not the one who would go up to dodgy businessmen with a microphone. Not him. Anyway, Roger Greenaway and Roger Cook. What was the name of the duo?
And also, James, whoa. I also learned a fella called Jerry Lorden wrote it as well with the two Rogers and Jerry. Do you know what Jerry Lorden wrote as well? An instrumental song from the early 60s. We're having a little quiz. You wrote Patchy anyway.
Oh, yes, he did. Yeah. Anyway, so Roger Greenaway and Roger Cook, the two Rogers there. What was the name of the duo that they had a couple of chart hits with in 1966? That was just them two. Roger
Give me a-
Greenaway and Roger Cook.
Give me a clue.
I've given you their names.
The great band Cook and Greenaway that no one's talking about still.
No, they were called...
Danny Rogers.
No, they were called David and Jonathan.
Okay.
Apparently, the world wasn't ready for two Rogers in the charts for some reason. They wrote, not only this, they wrote I Was Kaiser Bill's Batman,
Who sang that?
Whistling Jack Smith.
Of course.
He kind of whistled it rather than sang it. Melting Pot,
Oh, was that Blue Mink?
Blue Mink, and Alan Partridge. Something's Gotten Hold of My Heart,
Jim Pitney?
yes, which was a number one in the 80s. And I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing.
The New Seekers?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a great songwriting CV again.
Roger Greenaway has also got writing credits on You're More Than a Number in My Little Red Book. Second time we've mentioned that this week. And advertising jingles for Allied Carpets. Do you remember any of those?
No, go on, do.
No. Asda. I don't know if it's the one where people tap their bum.
Yes, a little pitter-patter of the back pocket.
British Gas. I wonder if it was cookability. That's the beauty of gas. That's the only one I can remember.
Because of his influence by Roger Cook.
Roger Greenaway, this is.
Yeah, I'm saying that's the British Gas cookability.
Oh, of course, yeah. Roger Cook should have written one called Greenaway. Anyway, he also wrote a song that I found called Doin' the Crab by Michael Barrymore.
No.
Which is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. It's Michael Barrymore singing about a dance craze, but this is like in the 80s. The video I've seen, he's singing it with a bunch of pensioners by the seaside.
Yep.
And it's all about how everyone is doing the crab. Michael, no one is doing the crab. it's just a dance where people go side to side, you know, like a crab.
We're concentrating a lot on the fellas behind this record, aren't we? George Martin and the two Rogers and whoever else. We should talk about Cilla Black. What do you make of her?
What do I make of her?
Yeah.
I always found her singing style could be, particularly when she went loud and when she started belting it.
Using her head voice.
Yeah, I'm thinking mainly of the surprise theme music. I always found it a bit much.
Roy and Jacqueline, 1214, start their comments by saying, Roy's wife Jacqueline here. So they're one of the people who share an email address, yeah?
Yeah.
I
I bet Roy has never used it. I bet Roy has never posted anything on there, and it's all Jacqueline. But every time, because it's Roy and Jacqueline, she has to start it with, Hi, Jacqueline here.
Yeah. She says she wore clothes like we would wear in chapel every Sunday. So that's good, isn't it? Cilla Black absolutely connecting with, in this case, Jacqueline with a godly influence. But then I was thinking more about Cilla Black. For people who don't know her, which we have to consider, don't we, James?
Imagine living in that world.
First of all, we have to imagine that people don't know her, and then we have to imagine that there might be people watching this who don't know her. Anyway, she was in the 80s. She was a game show host, wasn't she? We've covered her before. I'm going to give you a little quiz, James, about Cilla Black of information you've told me in the past. Yeah.
Okay. See what I can remember from last time. Yeah. All right.
What job did she have?
She was a coat-check girl at the Cavern Club.
That's right. Why is her name Cilla Black?
Because of a typo on a poster? So her name's Priscilla White.
It was in Merseybeat, you told me once
It was
upon
in
a time.
Mersey. Yeah, sorry. It was a typo, though.
In a music magazine called Merseybeat, they called her Cilla Black, and name was Cilla White, and she just went with it.
Yep.
Also, what document has she recently appeared in?
What, because her manager was Brian Epstein? Right. That's not what that means, and you know it.
She's on the Epstein files, that's what we're saying. Anyway, I'm being silly. This was interesting, I thought. Cilla Black, when I was growing up anyway, she had a reputation in the 80s and the 90s. What did some people think was her worst crime, James?
I don't know. I didn't know there was a litany of crimes. Is it that light-up dress she wore at the Royal Variety performance?
No, I'm thinking that's a good place for a little photograph insert if we can find it.
Yeah, if I'm not having a go,
No.
wear what you like.
It was eye-catching, is what you're
Yeah.
saying. It had an impression on you.
It drew the eye.
The thing I remember Cilla Black being criticised for was she was a Tory, wasn't she? Very,
Oh, yes,
very
she was.
unusual
Yeah.
in the world of pop.
From Liverpool as well.
This, all right then. I saw Paul McCartney. Here he is, James. Are you going to mention the Muppets this week? Who knows?
Well, maybe.
I'm mentioning Paul McCartney. I saw Paul McCartney once do a gig in Liverpool, right? He was doing a show. At one point he said, I met the Queen. He was on about meeting the Queen. And the Liverpool crowd started booing. And he was going, really? You booing the Queen? And a bit later on, he started talking about Cilla Black. And the crowd started booing again. And Paul McCartney beautifully went, really? Cilla? I'm not going to be the one to tell her. And a bit later on, when he was doing his tribute to John Lennon's song, he went, I remember it vividly, he was very cautious. He went, this song's about John Lennon. And the audience started clapping and going mad. And he kind of went, oh, thank God for that. so anyway, but Cilla Black is interesting, isn't she? She's very much criticised. In a world now where we've got Nicki Minaj has just come out as a Trump supporter, you've got like Morrissey with badges maybe aligning himself to a particular party, Kanye, with his nonsense and everything. Seems quite mild that Cilla Black's a Tory now.
Yeah.
The way pop stars are behaving these days.
Like an old-fashioned One Nation Tory. Would more or less be the Labour Party now. I thought you were going to say about Paul McCartney, a bit like how he claims to support both Everton and Liverpool.
That's right.
He just votes for everyone.
Yeah.
He just loves them all.
So again, it's in no rush, this song. Unusual for even this chart. It's about 4.5 minutes, just under, but that's a long record, isn't it? It's a warm, sumptuous bath of a record, I think. Beautiful.
It's got various different movements in it.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the bath, by the way.
Eugene LaRue 1842 says, is this not perhaps her best song so far? I'm going to agree with Eugene LaRue. It might be Cilla Black's greatest record.
Yeah, and it's kind of never gets played. I've never heard it.
I've never heard it in my life.
And I'll say this, right? It hasn't got a Wikipedia entry, this song.
Okay.
Which is usually a sign that it's forgotten. Because no one's been asked. There are even like sometimes people put like a perfunctory thing of going, this song was a hit for this person and it came out in this year and that'll be it, right? This doesn't even have that. I've had to do actual proper research to find information about this song, and that really bothers me.
Well, this is part of this podcast, isn't it, James? We're keeping this alive. Nip over to Spotify, nip over to YouTube, watch the video of her doing it in a chapel dress and acquaint yourself with this song. It's marvellous.
Number 7.
It's a non-mover at number 7. It will peak at number 3. It is Make Me an Island by Joe Dolan.
Is that how you're phrasing the question?
I imagine he's saying it to Anthea Turner on Blue Peter in the 90s when she made the Tracy Island out of, sticky back plastic or whatever. That's what, Make Me an Island.
So at the beginning of this song, it's in a minor key, implying a sadness. He's going, different eyes, different size, different girls, every day. Different eyes, different size. What do you make of that rhyme?
Is it SIGHS or SIZE? Two very different meanings potentially.
Right.
Yeah, he's saying different girls every day, and you go, why are you so sad?
Why are you so sad, Joe?
You live in the dream, Joe. What's going on?
And he's going, different names, different games, took my breath clean away. Yeah?
Yeah, what games do you think he's got? I've got loads of different games.
And then he's changed, rearranged, he's enlightened and how. You've caught me, you have taught me, and I'm different now. And then beautifully, for the chorus, minor, it goes into major. Take me and break me and close all your windows and doors, all that kind of stuff. Shut me off, make me an island, I'm yours.
Yeah.
The phrase "no man is an island," Joe Dolan is requesting to be made an island, not on his own though. He wants some woman with him.
I mean, man is an island.
Yeah,
The Isle of Man.
that's true.
Yeah, so he was running around having lots of dalliances, but he's met someone and he wants that person to make him an island, basically shut him off from the rest of the world, maybe build a moat around him so he can't escape. He close all your windows and doors. He wants the lockdown, basically, with this new person.
Yeah. That's a part of falling in love, isn't it? When you want the isolation, it's only us two in the world who mean anything. We can survive with nobody else. That's part of falling in love.
I suppose so.
I heard a good quote the other day. I'm afraid I can't remember it, but somebody was saying that they think the best love songs are about the first 5 minutes of a relationship or the last 5 minutes. This is certainly the first 5 minutes, isn't it?
I don't know who said that originally, but I can tell you that the bloke from Scouting for Girls said it.
When you told me in
and
the
then
past.
I told you it.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, God, this podcast is eating itself.
Do you know, somebody was only telling me the other day about how Eminem was very popular in the early 2000s. Oh, no. What do ye know of Joe Dolan?
What do I know of Joe Dolan?
I've never heard of him before. Had
Okay.
you?
He's massive in Ireland.
So I learned.
Or he
There's a
was.
statue of him in his hometown.
Yeah, there's also... All right, here's a question for you. Why does he not have as big a span as President Kennedy's mom?
How many pop points do you offer me for this?
A million.
A million, the standard. Why is his span not as what?
Why does he not have as big a span, that might be a word that's crucial to this, as President Kennedy's mom?
Is it the span of his statue?
No, not the statue. What else might it be?
What are you talking about?
What has a span?
What are you on about? I'm going to come round your house and throttle you if you don't tell me. What has got a span?
What? A bridge.
What?
A bridge has a span, doesn't it?
Okay. Does
Yes.
it?
Yeah. And the bridge that is named after him in his hometown of Mullinger is the second longest bridge in the Republic of Ireland. The longest bridge is named after President Kennedy's mom.
Great facts. It's one of the songs with a key change in.
Yes. I mean, once again, song I didn't know before. Unlike the others, though, this got me straight away. This is exactly my kind of thing. Because, Mick, it's the drama. I just love it.
It's a melodrama, absolutely.
Yeah. It's got the Delilah thing going on. It's got the Scott Walker thing going on. It's ridiculous and overblown, and I'm all about that.
Yeah. He's known as Island's Elvis, I learned in some of the YouTube comments. Loads of people going on about how great his voice is. I mean, I feel ignorant not knowing about Joe Dolan.
Yeah, known as the Roaring Hyena as well. That's one of his nicknames.
Is it?
Yeah, massive in Ireland he was. He had 7 number 1 singles over there, including in 1997 when he duetted with another Irish icon, Dustin the Turkey.
Who's Dustin the Turkey?
You don't know who Dustin the Turkey is? Dustin the Turkey is a puppet from Irish TV who was massive and who ended up representing Ireland at the Eurovision Song Contest when they were trying not to win it.
I like Dustin the Turkey turn up. Regular watchers and listeners of this podcast will know we have the Muppets usually, but we've never had Dustin the Turkey before. All right, cool.
Joe Dolan, former member of the Drifters, but not that one. To avoid legal action, they changed it to Joe Dolan and his Drifters.
Pretty good. I'm forming a band called Andy Robinson and his Haircut 100 at the moment.
Yeah. James Cook and his Spice Girls. This song was a number 1 in 14 countries, but a number 3 in the UK. His only top 10 hit here. What may be one of the reasons why he didn't really try and break the UK was that in 1970 he was beaten up by a gang in Liverpool, which took him 6 weeks to recover from, and no one was ever prosecuted.
Ah.
In 1976, he was banned by Aer Lingus for being drunk and disorderly on a flight. The ban was lifted after less than 2 years because he wouldn't stop going on about it. He apparently kept saying, Aer Lingus won't let me on the planes, you know. Kept saying it, and they were, fine, get on the plane. In 1978...
I'm going to try that with a pub round the corner, then see if I can get allowed back in there.
In 1978, he was one of the first Western acts to tour the Soviet Union.
That's unusual, isn't it? A lot of people go to Russia. McCartney is again, and Wham, I think. And a lot of people, they were saying this is the first time any band's been to Russia. Joe Dolan's nipped him before you.
Yeah. But then why was he blacklisted?
It was China, actually, not Russia. Think about it from Wham. My apologies. Why was he blacklisted?
Why was he blacklisted by the United Nations?
I have no idea.
Well, because he played apartheid South Africa,
Oh, okay.
which is not as cool. I think he just took every gig without really thinking about it. Soviet Union, sure, why not?
Yeah. Here's what we're comedians, aren't we, James? He's done a Riyadh, hasn't he? He's just gone somewhere because they're paying him loads of money. I don't mind it. I wouldn't blame him.
In 2005, he had a hip replacement, and Keith Duffy from Boyzone talked him into auctioning his old hip bone for charity. How much do you think it raised in euros? Joe Dolan's old hip bone. For charity, mind.
Around 3,000 euros.
No, it's only 650. I wish I'd known. I could have outbid that. I'd have had that. I could have held it up now.
Is it time, do you think, to say if you join our Patreon, we'll try and get Joe Dolan's hip bone?
I don't know where it is now. Apparently, and I've looked into this, and as far as I can see, this checks out, but I don't want to say it's definitively true. But apparently, it's the only human body part that's ever been sold legally on eBay.
Now, these are good facts, aren't they? If you're wondering why you listen to and watch Shooby-Dooby-Doo What, these are exactly the type of stuff.
The only legally sold human body part was Joe Dolan's hip.
Amazing.
His old hip, mind.
Amazing.
Who wrote this song?
I do not know.
It's a couple of people that we've mentioned quite a lot on this podcast in the past. It is Mike Hazelwood and Albert Hammond.
We have mentioned them a lot, haven't we? Albert Hammond was the father of one of the Strokes.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And has writing credit on Creep because it sounds a bit like The Air That I Breathe that he wrote. Yeah.
Hang on. That is the pop police coming round the corner to arrest that man for writing Creep.
Or for an illegally sold body part.
Or for very poor podcasting.
Hey,
Very poor soundproofing. We're all right. We're doing our best. This was a good comment from Only24W2. Every Sunday when I was a kid, this was played on the radio. Every time I hear it now, I smell roast chicken and potatoes. Now, bearing in mind where Joe Dolan came from, potato.
What,
yeah.
what are you saying? Go on, finish that thought.
No. I was just making a very lazy joke. We should talk maybe. Joe Dolan's gone about what an island is. Do you want to hear what other pop stars have said about being an island, James? And you have to try and guess who said it. You know that.
Okay, sure.
These are quotes from pop stars. They're talking about what an island is to them. Which pop star said the sight of the first woman in the minimal two-piece was as explosive as the detonation of the atomic bomb by the US at Bikini Island in the Marshall Islands, hence the naming of the bikini. Who's giving us a little history lesson there?
Pop star.
Yeah, ish, no. He's had some singles out, so that makes him popular. He's certainly popular.
Alice Cooper.
It was Tom Waits.
Oh. Tom Waits for No Man, and No Man's an island.
Yeah.
Therefore, Tom Waits is an island.
Which pop star said, when I was 19 and at drama school, a couple of friends and I decided to drive from Guildford through France down to the hill of Italy and then take a ferry to Greece. We had to go island hopping.
Right, so there was someone who was at drama school when they were 19. So who's one of that lot? Adele was one of that lot, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah. He had everything changed by love, to give you a clue of this pop star.
Oh, Michael Ball.
It was Michael Ball. Which pop star said, if I had to live on a desert island and somebody gave me a chicken, there's no way I'd kill it. I'd call it Henry and make it my friend.
So
I don't think you're going to get who it is from the quote, but you never know.
Well, this is clearly a vegetarian, I'm guessing. So that makes you think of Paul McCartney's notable vegetarian, Morrissey, famously. Or maybe it's someone who likes chickens. Maybe it's Gonzo the Great from The Muppet Show.
She's married to somebody in Queen, and she's had a pop single all of her own.
Anita Dobson.
Was Anita Dobson?
There's no way I was ever going to get.
I've been asked over the years to compile a list of desert island discs. I couldn't do that. If I was trapped on a desert island, I don't think I'd want 10 songs to bring with me.
I thought we weren't mentioning that.
You're not somebody else's. Somebody
Okay.
who loved a bit of butter.
Oh, John Lydon.
That's right, he said that. Anyway.
Number 6.
Up 10 places to number 6 this week, it's Stevie Wonder with My Cherie, Amour.
19 years old he is when this song comes out.
If you believe in God, he makes me believe in God a little bit, Stevie Wonder. I think,
Yeah?
yeah.
Well, does he come round and threaten you?
No. I think he's a miracle. I mean, that's not a new thing to say, is it? Stevie Wonder's good, but here we are.
Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Join our Patreon.
Yeah. It's another song with a key change in this week. Let's put that in early doors. Beautiful one too.
Do you think Tony Blair has sung this?
To his Cherie.
There's no way he hasn't sung this to Cherie at some point.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I feel we should say, James, this is a classic, isn't it? Joe Dolan we never knew. Cilla Black we didn't know, but I certainly knew this one.
Yeah. And My Cherie Amour, what does that mean?
My darling love or something like that.
Yeah, my darling or dearest love. Although, of course, that should be Mon Amour Cherie. Because my is not French.
Are you explaining to Stevie Wonder how to speak French?
Yes, I am. Well, what this song is... It's
Write to him and explain.
All right, get me my hole punch. This song is an example of a song that's in franglais,
Go on.
which is a combination of English and French.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what other songs can you think of that combine English and French? So they're not all in English, they're not all in French, but they're a sort of mix of both.
Girls Aloud. I can't speak. No, that they did a French version of it. Give me a clue.
By the Beatles,
Michelle.
Michel Mabel. A song we did in the American Top 10 that you made us do and then hated.
Oh, yes, in an old podcast where I suggested we do an American Top 10 and I was very strict on it, and then I was so grumpy when we were doing it. French and English in that one. God, I can't remember.
Hold On by ELO.
That's right.
Yes.
Saying exactly the same as they did in the verses, but just in French.
A song that is all about... Well, we've mentioned this word in the name of a band in the first part of this anyway. What bands have we talked about today?
Lemon Jelly. Marmalade. Marmalade.
A song with marmalade in the title that's part in English, part in French.
I should know this. Go on.
That's got a song with the word marmalade in the title.
In the title,
Yeah.
Lady Marmalade.
Lady Marmalade. There we go. And
People
also Voulez-Vous by ABBA.
Of course. Now they're all flooding in.
Psycho Keller, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Yeah.
And 7 Seconds by Nina Cherry and Yusun Nandor.
Okay.
Part in French, part in English.
Hey, they've wrote into us later, Nina Cherry and Door, actually, for part 2. You'd have to have no soul to not like this record. If you don't like this record, you're not a fan of pop, are you? That's my take on it.
And they're not going to be listening to this, are they? I mean,
No.
imagine that. Imagine getting to episode 56 of the pop podcast, not liking pop. That's some commitment to hate listening, isn't it?
Now, unbelievably, on YouTube, there are 53 dislikes for this record.
Are they all Gordon Brown?
I mean, I love this comment from somebody. They say, why are there 53 dislikes? Then they say, dead inside, poor souls, so sad that it probably reminds them of their last relationship or something. Chicken brains, they're jealous. A blind man makes better music than them. They're racist.
Wow.
That's for people who don't like this song. What an accusation.
Well, it's interesting that they say about maybe it's because their last relationship didn't work out, because that's kind of the story of why this song is called My Cherie Amour and not its original title, Oh My Marcia. Because Stevie Wonder wrote this song originally when he was 16 about his then girlfriend, Marcia, who he met at the Michigan School for the Blind, where I think Lionel Richie ended up teaching.
Right.
And but that relationship didn't last, so he changed the words. That'll show her.
Yeah, I mean, it's got people. It touches people's lives, doesn't it? Torshisa Hall on YouTube says, I would sing this song to my daughter in my stomach. She's 43 years now. I looked into it. I can confirm she was born. So that's happening.
Okay, all right. I was going to say that's a long gestation.
But this was heartbreaking. Corey Boots 6771 on YouTube says, I caught my wife in the shower with a co-worker while listening to this song. It was our wedding song too.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
That's tragic.
I think there's sometimes, James, with standards and classics, if you choose a song for your wedding that's going to be around forever and unfortunately things don't work out, you're going to be haunted by these records, aren't you? I think you might be better off choosing a song that nobody's ever heard of for your wedding, just in case things go amiss, you know. You won't have to hear it on the radio. Hey, they should have gone for Joe Dolan or something. You never hear him.
Maybe they were just trying to save water. Or rehearsing a play. That's always good. I was consoling her in the shower. It's his Stevie Wonder's third of 17 UK top 10 hits. This originally a B-side.
What?
Yeah, originally the B-side of I Don't Know Why I Love You, which came out in January in 1969 in the States. But DJs started playing the flip side. They were like, we prefer the B-side, so they would play that. You know, because they used to send out records to radio stations. It wasn't like nowadays when they just send an MP3 file. There's no B-side to an MP3. If you're a DJ and you don't like the MP3 we've been sending, you can't turn it over. But it was such a hit that it then became the title track of Stevie Wonder's album. So it went from, you know, B-side to single to we're calling the album this.
That's interesting. Is you wonder if Stevie Wonder wrote, well, he obviously wrote it, but when you wonder when he wrote it and recorded it, whether he didn't hold it in that high esteem, really. I mean, it's not until other people love your song that you work out how good they are, really, is it? So, you know, you would imagine that he would have been so proud of this and known its hooks and its commerciality, if you like.
We should mention the people who are credited as co-writers as well.
Please, please, please.
Because just like Uptight and I Was Made to Love Her and Never Had a Dream Come True, this was co-written by Sylvia Moy, who wrote on This Old Heart of Mine.
Isley Brothers.
It Takes Two.
Marvin Gaye and Kim Weston.
And the producer Henry Cosby, who was a jazz saxophonist in the US military band and would go on to produce, as well as It Takes Two, Love Child.
Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Yeah, For Once in My Life.
Stevlin Morris again.
And Tears of a Clown.
Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. Blimey, it's Motown, isn't it? I mean, everybody does everything and everybody's great. Well, that's part one of this week's top 10 from August 1969.
And there's been 4 songs I'd never heard before and that I've mostly really gotten into, so that's been good.
If that's how good the first numbers 10 to 6 were of this top 10, imagine what 5 to 1's going to be like.
Coming up in part 2, Elvis goes woke, Robin goes solo, and John and Yoko go to bed.
Sounds great to me. You can listen to all this music on YouTube and Spotify. You can join our Patreon. You can write us a review. We'd appreciate a review very much before Elvis goes woke, especially.
Until next time, shooby-dooby-doo up.
Bop, bop, shoo up.